Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
I'm Erin, the believer.
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Oh, man. I was going to start it a whole different way. Look at you. Go for it.
What were you going to do? Yours. Go.
No, you go. You go first. You already started it.
Oh, I was just thinking last week you kind of called me out for not hustling. So this week, right before, I was like, you know what? We're dwindling down to our stories. So it's time. I need to get back out there. I need to hustle. Girl, I hustled. I hustled and I just counted. In the time that I stopped hustling until now, we have 5 new stories.
Holy mackerel.
And then you're like talking to editors and you're like, oh, and then I talked to a producer, blah, 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 blah. Which, by the way, I don't think it's going to amount to anything.
Oh.
Not because of you. Just that sounded so insulting.
Dick.
Oh, I did not mean it that way. I just meant like, no, I mean, that made us sound very fancy. Like, like all of a sudden things are really going, but we're just reaching out to people.
Yeah.
Again, we're just hustling.
We're hustling.
We are hustling. So that's what that made me think of. Like, look at us.
No one's knocking on our door.
We're doing all the knocking. Come and knock on our door. We're inviting them.
Listen to all these songs you're dropping. I hope we don't have to pay for royalties.
I know. We'll have our editor and our producer figure that out once they come to us.
There we go. Sounds good.
Brother.
I like it. I was going to say that we entered a time machine and we're back in March 2020.
Oh my gosh, Erin. How did we ever survive?
I remember there was a lot of Palomas.
Oh, I mean, no wonder we came up with this podcast, because now I'm thinking we need another side job.
Oh my gosh. We don't.
I know.
We don't.
We don't have time for one, but good Lord. So found out Thursday that my son has COVID.
Yes. That I'm pretty sure my daughter gave him.
Listen, we're not splitting hairs. Who cares? If somebody gave it to somebody, they're all little buckets of disease. It happens. They just spread germs freely. You know, it nobody is counting who did what.
I know.
But I do think it was your daughter.
I do think it was. I remember thinking, I can't believe we made it through this pandemic, because everybody was about to be vaccinated.
I know.
My whole family.
This weekend.
This past Saturday. I talked about it last week.
Yep.
Nora and Penelope were both going to get vaccinated, and then my whole family would have at least one dose of this vaccine. But on Thursday, on Saturday morning, we found out that we had it.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. We found out Thursday with a lovely ER visit. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Luckily, he is fine. He's doing okay. And so is Nora. But it was scary there for a minute. But then now everything's kind of just gone to a mild cold, which is manageable.
Right.
But,
thank goodness.
Yeah. But if anything, this shit's for real. You got to take it for real. And you got to, even though now we're on the other side of it, it's like, okay, this is just like a mild cold. Why am I staying home? This seems ridiculous. I am going crazy. I did learn Thursday night. I'm like, oh, this is like very scary. So definitely take it seriously if for some reason you haven't yet.
Right. And I will say, man, those vaccines, way to do your job, because those little disease buckets have been like breathing into my mouth like they always do, just all over me. And still, I'm good. Yeah, negative every time I've tested.
Literally forcing me to drink after them. Like, stop. I don't want your nasty sippy cup in my mouth. That's disgusting.
Your daughter put her very wet hand like in my mouth the other day. And I believe it. Ew, why? Why is that wet? Why is your hand wet?
Who knows? It could have been urine. It could have been anything, Erin.
It was so gross.
I'm telling you.
Gross. They're disgusting.
They're also
not just yours. All of them.
All of them are. But
but especially yours. I'm just kidding.
It's fine. Your kid gave my kid COVID. So there you go.
And this is where we end our podcast. It's been great. Bye, guys.
Oh my gosh. No.
They never spoke again.
The good thing is that you and I, while we could argue on a lot of different topics, we both agree that our kids are just disgusting.
Yeah, for sure.
Both sets, all of them. They're just gross. So it's fine. But God love them. They have made life hell since Thursday. I mean, really, I look back on the pandemic and think, how did we do that for an entire year?
Yeah.
A lot of booze, because clearly it was blackout, because I don't remember. It's like having childbirth.
You have to forget it.
You have to forget it. Otherwise, going into it, like, I really did have PTSD though. Like, when I found out that we definitely had COVID, and that meant 10 days.
And by we, you just mean your son.
Oh, yeah. I don't have it.
We don't have it.
I'm sorry. No one else in the house has it except for him. But when we found out that our household, oh my gosh, it was like, no. So that means somebody has to stay home with him.
Right.
Even though we're vaccinated, we can go out there and whatever, we can be safe and masked and tested negative every day so that we can still survive in this world. Knowing that somebody has to stay home with him, which guess what? My husband, this is the irony in it. He would love to stay home. He would love it. Sign him up every day. Yes, let me stay home. He's a homebody. He would love it. Of course, he can't. His work is making him go to work. And I'm the only one with sick days left. So now I have to go. So I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Because I'm stuck. And I would much rather be out there. But it's okay. It's fine. I am remembering that deep down, I can find ways to love my children.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. Silver lining.
Yeah, it's silver lining. It's still there. Like, even at the end of the day, no matter how frustrated or angry I get, I find ways to love them. And I always use that as a teaching moment because I'm like, look, honey, you were so annoying today and frustrating, and I still love you. So it's okay. You don't hate mommy. When you say you hate mommy, you really mean you're frustrated and you're angry. I use it as a way to like talk out our emotions. I really feel like we're both processing our emotions along the way. We're in it together, as Andy would say. So we got to figure out a way to be frustrated and still love each other at the end of the day.
Right. And I am full on NTI again. I am working from home. It is the weirdest thing.
I didn't teach, but I was in meetings all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
I had a computer, like a big screen up in my room.
That's
where
wild.
They saw my head. They saw my face talking.
You're like a Sheldon.
I know. That's what I kept thinking.
Gosh,
I sent Jack a text. I was like, I honestly feel like I could do walker duty. Like, just make them check in with me and I'll take them off the list. It's just me not being in person. I feel like I could do it on the computer.
That's hilarious.
It'd be kind of funny. I kind of want to do it.
Try it out.
He sounded on board and then he never responded. So whatever.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he responded once and then he laughed and then he ghosted me. It's fine. But I taught all day. There was a sub in my room kind of floating around, helping with crowd control.
It's wild.
Well, I taught the lesson.
Like self-scan, but for teachers.
Yes, it's so bizarre.
So what if that's what it ultimately goes to?
Yeah, you could teach I don't know, 100 schools at once. And just
they do that, right? Sub. There are some places that do that.
Why would they do that? Because you still have to pay for a sub.
Yeah, but you'd have to pay less.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, but yeah, if you had to pay for a 17. Yeah, I don't know. This is
let's not give them any ideas.
We're getting into budgeting, which is why I'm still not a principal. That's the one thing that's holding me back. I'm like, I don't know how to budget my own bank account, let alone an entire school. So let's not get into principalship yet.
Right.
Oh, goodness. But because of this quarantine, you have to find silver linings, which is that I have amazing friends. Actually, we both do. We had friends that brought us goodies and treats, which was amazing. And then I even had a friend that went above and beyond, and she gave me her Apple ID so that I could get into and watch
her
Ted
Apple
Lasso.
TV.
Her Apple TV ID. Yeah, and she's like, I got you. And then boom, I had it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is a whole new world. There's lots of things. There's not just Ted Lasso.
Yeah, there's a really weird show called, oh shoot, I'm not going to think of it. It's got Rupert Grint, the guy from Harry Potter, in it.
Oh, the old guy?
No, the redhead.
Oh, yeah. I was more enticed with the old guy.
Which old guy?
I don't know. The old wizard-looking guy. I don't know. I love him in movies.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I feel like he's such a good actor. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong person.
I don't know. There are 2 Dumbledores, and I hate one, and one died. So I feel like...
Oh, I think it's probably the one that died that I liked a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, he's dead. He only took that role because his granddaughter said she'd never speak to him again if he turned it down.
Good for her.
Good for both of them.
Yeah.
She's like, you better take it. I won't ever talk to you again.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't know that.
Anyways, back to non-Harry Potter related things.
Yeah, because why would I know that? It's Harry Potter. I didn't know that. I know nothing about Harry Potter. I know there's an old gray hair guy in it. That's about all I know. I didn't even know his name was Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore. Is that like Game of Thrones?
Dumbledore.
What's the door? The door stopper in Game of Thrones?
Hodor.
Hodor. What is up with doors and these
I don't know, but Dumbledore was first. But not that it's better because it's written by what's her face. I'm not even going to mention her name.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're moving on from Harry Potter. There's a show that's really good. It's really weird. It's about this woman who has, how some therapy if you lose a child, they like give you a doll to.
Oh yeah.
But she like associates it as her actual child. And then all these twists and turns. There's a really weird nanny. It's a very weird show.
I think I'll love that.
I think you would love it.
Yeah.
You should watch that. I think I watched it up until the very last episode, and then I couldn't get back into my friends that I log into.
Well,
but I have it now. I got to go back. I got to go back.
Good. I was like, look, I've been sworn to secrecy. So I cannot, even if you're my sister, I cannot give out her ID.
I've got my own connections.
But that same friend just mentioned, by the way, this is what I got excited about right when she said, how's Ted Lasso going? Like she was texting. Actually, she was telling me to watch something else because she's incredible. She was like, look, I've got you. I'm your quarantine guide, but like she's just my guide tour.
That's so nice.
What's that called?
Tour guide.
Tour guide.
Flip those around.
Let me flip those around. Okay.
Guide tour. It's been a long day, you guys.
It's been a long 5 days.
This is at least my second glass of wine.
Oh my gosh, this is not enough.
It is my second glass, but they were both pretty full.
Well done. Yes, she was like my quarantine tour guide.
Yeah,
and is like, here, let me help you out with this. And then, have you tried this on Netflix? But she's personally sending it to me. It's not just on Facebook, like whatever. It's like, you'll like this, do this. And so I'm like, I will. But anyway, Ted Lasso. I gotta give it to y'all.
It's so good.
Like at first I was like, it's kind of cheesy.
Yes, it's very cheesy.
And then you fall in love with that guy. You fall in love with his motives. I mean, he's just funny.
He's very funny.
Yeah, the whole show it's so well written.
I love almost every single character.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't, by season 2, there's so many I do not love. I'm not going to get into it, but if you know, you know.
Okay.
You definitely do not love this one person.
Oh, okay.
But
I don't like the ex-husband. He's horrible.
Oh, he's...
Well, you said every character. I'm like, when do I like him?
almost every character.
Okay.
But even like Jamie, who's a dick, you still kind of love him.
Yeah, you value him. You're like, okay, I get why he's in the story.
Yeah.
And then eventually you do like him. But it is incredible story. But she just had a great idea. She said when the next season comes out, she's going to throw a Ted Lasso themed party.
Yay, can I come? Can I come?
Sure. I'm sure she listens to the podcast. She'll probably think it'd be great if you and I came as a duo. We won't tell what, but I've already been thinking about it.
Oh, okay. I can't wait.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I was like giggling about before. I'm like, that is a great idea. I love a good themed party.
Me too. I love a time to dress up.
Yeah, a time to dress up. And it does not have to be Halloween.
No.
Okay. Mark this for my fan favorite later on, which I do have one, but we're going to come back to this exact topic later on.
Oh, okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. Well, I think what we're going to do, we've got 3 stories tonight because I've got 2 little ones and you've got one.
I've got one longer one. I also have a teeny tiny one too that was actually just put out there on Facebook, but it looked pretty good. So I could add that in too.
All right. Let's swap back and forth.
Yeah, let's just do this.
Okay. So this is another story from Becky.
Oh, nice. Hello, Becky.
All right, so this says, hello, ladies. First, thank you for making Friday mornings very entertaining.
You are welcome.
While I enjoy the stories, I must admit that I really look forward to the bantering and the bloopers.
Aw.
Here are 3 more short stories to share. Also, I want to go ahead and apologize for Ellie. Apparently, she's extra loud tonight. She does seem amped up.
It's like she has a motor in her nose. That's what I said.
It's pretty loud. So sorry if you hear that. Some people really miss it.
Yeah. It's for you. She's bringing this to you, Kim.
Okay, so this first one, she titled it too, is called Daughter's Doppelganger.
Oh.
My husband was at work. I am standing at the top of the 3rd floor stairs, just gazing out the window while conversing with my 4-year-old daughter, who is standing at the bottom of the stairs. I mean, I actually saw her standing at the bottom of the stairs.
So she's up high.
Yeah.
Looking down at her daughter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talking to her. She sees her.
Okay. Making sure I got the angle right.
Kind of looking out the window, but she can see her out of the corner of her eye, it sounds like.
Oh.
She says she sees her daughter.
Okay.
But she's looking out the window, talking to her.
Gotcha.
My daughter's room is behind my left shoulder. All of a sudden, I hear my daughter's voice coming from her bedroom behind me. I turn, and sure enough, she's in her room. Now I'm asking her, how did you get past me on the stairs if I'm standing here? She's insisting she's been in the room the whole time and hasn't said anything. So who was the little girl at the bottom of the stairs?
Okay, but she wasn't talking to her daughter at the bottom of the stairs.
Yes. She said she's conversing
with her daughter at the bottom of the stairs, and she can see her standing at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah.
Like she's looking directly at her.
No, she says she's looking out the window.
Looking out the... Okay, well, then that's just a different kid.
Oh, what different kid? I don't know if she has any other kids.
It's a neighbor kid.
In her house?
Out the window.
No.
Why?
They're in the
not
house.
Making sense.
They're in the house.
I'm picturing somebody at the top of their stairs. They're looking down the stairs. There's windows.
Hold on. Now I gotta...
The window is open. And she's like talking to who she thinks is her daughter, probably because she sees legs dangling on the swing. I mean, I've got a whole visual in my head.
It says, my husband was at work. I'm standing at the top of the 3rd floor stairs, which, dang, also just notice, wowza. Just gazing out the window while conversing with my 4-year-old daughter who is standing at the bottom of the stairs. She's at the top of the stairs. This little girl's at the bottom of the stairs.
Also, 3rd floor stairs. So can she actually see to the very bottom, or she just thinks she's talking to her daughter?
I mean,
like, it sounds like it could be a very echoey place.
But she says she saw her. It says I actually saw her standing at the bottom of the stairs.
Huh. No, it sounds a little sus, Becky. I need more. I need more. I need to know, did you see see her full body? Did you just see her feet, her legs? Did you...
If she's putting the word doppelganger out there, it looked like her daughter.
Her daughter's feet or legs.
I have been a mom for a long time, and I don't know if I could be like, well, those are Sophie's feet.
Oh, I could totally tell which legs are my kids, unless they weren't my kids.
I could tell by size alone, which I'm like, oh, those must be theirs. But I couldn't be like, out of all the kids in the neighborhood.
But by size alone, that's a doppelganger. Like, oh, I thought it was her because that would make more sense for my daughter to be in my house. When really, it's not your daughter. Maybe it's the neighbor's.
Exactly. Daughter. It's not your daughter. Dun, dun, dun. It's scary. That's the whole point. It's not her daughter.
3 levels of stairs. Can you really see all the way down to the bottom of those stairs?
I really need to see that layout.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Until then, I don't buy it.
Okay, next is called Furniture Mover.
Ooh.
One Saturday, shortly after moving in, it was my mother, my daughter, and me in the house. My husband was at work. Again, a quick going to work husband. Everything always happens when you're gone.
The daughter is the silver, silver lining. It's like the daughter.
The same thread that's going through.
Mm-hmm.
I'm speaking to my mom when all of a sudden we heard something heavy being dragged across the upstairs bedroom floor. My mom and I looked at each other. I quickly turned to my daughter, who was playing just a few feet from me in the dining room. It was only us 3 in the house. Of course, we're thinking WTF, especially considering that there was no furniture upstairs that could be dragged.
Why, when she said, of course we were thinking, did I finish that sentence in my head with a dead body? What is wrong with me? Of course we were thinking it must be a dead body.
Duh.
Who thinks that when they hear it has something heavy above them? Oh, but that's a dead body. But the whole time you tell that story, I thought, this sounds like a dead body scenario. I don't know. I'm more scary. Go on.
I went upstairs trying to find the source of the noise. Nothing. Bed, dresser, and TV stand in its place. And that's the end of that one.
Oh, okay. Well, so she lied. There were things that could be moved around up there. So what if you have a burglar? Am I saying that word right?
I don't know. There's a lot of syllables. Burglar.
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 Burglar. Burglar.
Yeah, but burglar.
Burglar. It sounds like French. Oh, I love when you make me talk about French accent. What if there was a burglar?
Your French accent kind of took like a Valley Girl French accent there. My French accent. Hold on. I'm gonna need a minute. Oh my gosh. Okay. But I would much rather be a burglar than a burglar. A burglar. That sounds like country AF.
I just need to know how other people say that.
I don't know. How do they?
Burglar. That doesn't sound country AF. Burglar.
Go wake up your husband and ask him, how do the Canadians say burglar?
They say burglar, eh?
A burglar, eh? Why is that word so weird? It's so weird.
It's lost all meaning.
A burglar. Like if I were just, not thinking about I said it, I'd say, oh my gosh, is there a burglar in the house? Burglar.
Is there a burglar? Oh my gosh.
Who made that word up? The more we say it, the stupider it becomes. The stupider. That's not even a word. But it is. It's so stupid. It's become stupider.
Oh my gosh.
Burglar.
My sides are hurting bad.
Okay, hold on. Oh, I gotta breathe for a second. Okay. Burglar.
It's not a weird word till you make it weird.
It's a weird word. Okay. Anyway, it could be someone trying to steal their furniture. Okay. And then they're like, oh gosh, I'm going to get busted because they didn't realize somebody was home downstairs. So they moved it back real fast.
Wouldn't you just escape?
No, they didn't want to get caught because they're going to come back later on.
Well, once you're like, oh crap, somebody's there, you would just make a run for it.
Maybe. Or maybe you're considerate. You're like, I really just wanted to burglarize.
Burglary. How about that word?
I wanted to perform a burglary. What is that word? Burglary. Oh my god.
Burglary. That's too much.
A burglary. Either way, I don't care what happened in that story. The word burglar is hilarious.
Okay, well, I got one more from this story.
Okay. And I'm kidding. I care. It's just funny. Go ahead.
Okay. This one is called Great Grandma's Got My Back. Back in 1982, when my great-grandmother passed away, nobody at my grandmother's wanted to move into her room. So I did. Being the skeptic that I am.
Are you, Becky? I don't feel like you are, but go ahead. I'll believe if you say you are one.
One night, I was laying on one side of the bed, facing the bedroom door, close to the edge, my back towards the empty side. As I'm trying to fall asleep, I felt the mattress sink behind me, as if someone had laid down. Naturally, my heart skipped a beat or two. I turned around. No one was there. I pulled up my bravado attitude and said to the empty room, get the fuck out. This is my room now.
You kissed your great-grandmother with that mouth, Becky.
Well, I don't know. If anything happened, I might.
You're in her room.
I don't care. It's still very scary.
Becky, I'm sorry. I've had one glass of wine. I'm getting really tough on you tonight. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
And that was the end of that. So once she said it, no more.
Well, yeah, great-grandma's like, I guess I'm done with you.
You do believe in ghosts.
No, I'm saying like if she as the believer. Go ahead. Yeah, that was a nice. Yeah, you caught me there. I just slipped into that believer mindset for a minute.
The next morning, my mom tells me she dreamt about my great-grandma and that my great-grandma had said, that's Becky's room now. Thank you, great-grandma.
That just is cracking me up. Because I almost stopped you, but then I thought, boy, I keep interrupting her. I'm being so rude. But I thought she was going to say something like, she had a dream that you need to wash Becky's mouth out with soap. Like a great grandma's like, your daughter, get a hold of your daughter.
Can you believe
Becky, sweet little Becky is talking to me like that? No, but that is pretty funny. She's like, okay.
She just ends it with thank you, and her preferred pronouns are she, her.
Nice. Well, Becky, I'm sorry I've been so tough on you, but I think that was also just a dream that you had and a coincidence that, that just dreams are dreams.
Okay. You don't think dreams can ever be related? Be connected somehow? Do you believe in astral projection at all?
Oh my gosh, no.
Okay.
That's hilarious. Did you really have to ask that?
Yeah, I think it did.
Okay, yeah. I guess it would be on the table for somebody who also then believes in Sasquatches, possibly Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, you believe in weird stuff.
I
believe in poltergeists.
Listen, this week, but sometimes I do. So yeah, okay. I'm sorry. That was very judgmental of me. I retract that big gasp that I made. Okay, so let me say this. I believe that science has proven that our brains are not used to its full capacity.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So because of that, I do believe that our brain rapidly makes connections, but I do feel like they are real life connections. I don't feel like they're necessarily paranormal connections, but they can often feel paranormal because we don't understand those connections and how quickly we can make them.
That's good.
Thank you.
I really like that.
Thank you, Erin. I'm okay. I got 3 degrees.
I think that's the most impressive you've ever defended anything.
Wow. I gotta take my shirt. I gotta take my shirt.
Whoa. Never mind. Take it back. I take it back.
I gotta bring it back down. I gotta take my shirt off. No, I didn't bring my sweater off. I got real hot. With that compliment, I think it's
no. How did we do this again?
You know why? Because we're quarantining and it's so bad that I'm like, listen, I'm going to soak this moment up. This is why we started.
Yeah.
It's almost our year anniversary.
This week will be our 52nd episode.
All right. Now that's some paranormal shit right there.
Oh, let's cheers.
Cheers to that. Oh, that's amazing.
I know. That's
and
so
here
exciting.
We are.
Didn't even notice.
Right back in the pandemic, quarantined again.
Oh, no. Does this mean next year?
Oh, no, we will not make this a yearly ritual.
Don't make this our tradition.
Unless we can quarantine at a beach house.
Ooh, away.
Sans kids.
Yeah,
Did I use that correctly, sans?
Yeah, without.
What does that mean?
Without.
Oh, look at me. Drinking red wine, saying words like sans. Sounding real smart in that last scientific thing I did.
I also feel like our cling was perfect. Our little ding, it rang like a bell.
I mean, listen, I don't want to say it, but I feel like we're on it tonight. I guess I didn't want to say it a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. All right. Bring it back down.
Okay.
Because now the rest of the show is going to be shit. So this is kind of a cold read, but so far 5 different people have done the wow emoji. Because this person,
this is from your hustle.
This is from my hustle. And while Nick may have a very good story, he's not the best direction follower because
you were really sassy with our people tonight.
I have been locked in my house since Thursday with a 5, 11, and 16-month-old. So you know what? If you decided to write in, that's on you. You're at your own risk at this point.
I'll thank you, but Megan will slap you in the face.
It's also kind of mean to me because I put the hustle out. I'm like, write in, you motherfuckers. I give it to you now. Sorry. Whew, I need to bring it down. Okay.
I know. I sent your 5-year-old home tonight. You walked in the house. I was like, no, you were mean last time you were here. Go.
Oh, he's been horrible. Like, I feel like that is an added side effect that nobody told me about COVID is that it makes your child so mean. I think really he's just been locked up.
Yeah.
And he's got so much energy. He doesn't know what to do with. So if he can't get it out in any other positive way, it's just like I can see the wheels turning in his head. She'll think this is mean. I'll try this. Like tonight, the words came out. Oh, you think I'm a mean mom? You just wait. And it was like the depths of my soul. And I meant it. I mean, I felt it and I meant it. And then I had nothing to back it up with because I'm like, I don't know how much more mean I can get.
Now he sleeps under the stairs.
Yeah, but he should. If I were a mean mom, that's what I would do. Okay, edit that. All right, here we go.
Okay,
here we go. So anyway, Nick shared it on Facebook, but here's the thing. A lot of people liked it.
Okay.
Or they did like, oh my gosh, that sounds creepy.
I can't wait.
So I'm doing a cold wine. Yeah, get your wine in there. I'm doing a cold read here. So we're hoping that Facebook people know what they're talking about. So this happened a while ago, but it went on for months. I will say I have seen spirits in 3 different houses since I was about 18. So not sure if certain people are just more keen to seeing things, but I have lots of stories.
Ooh, okay. I'm
right. They also freaked my wife out. LOL.
Oh.
So his wife has seen them.
So some confirmation.
Once she writes in. This one started with my son running into our room in the middle of the night, screaming and crying. We asked what was wrong, and he said there was a little girl standing at the end of his bed staring at him.
Oh. No, thank you, ma'am.
This happened 3 other times. Yeah, that's awful. Then at about 2 a.m. one morning, I woke up as I heard someone walk into the room. I was obviously half asleep and looked up and thought my daughter had come into the room. She is 12 and close in height. I got up and started walking around.
Oh, you got visible big cold chills.
Yes, okay. yes. Because I'm picturing The Ring. Aren't you picturing the girl from The Ring?
100%.
but thinking it's your daughter. So you're like, why do you look weird?
Yeah, I'd still smack her in the head. Just get out of here. Get out of here. And she'd be like, it's me. I'd be
That's
like,
how
don't.
you accost all children.
Don't be creepy. Don't be creepy in the middle of the night.
Don't do it. Otherwise, you're going to get hit. I mean, that's how you got to teach them. Like, okay.
I would never.
Never. We are such good parents. No, for real. We would never hit our kids. It really made it sound like we were condoning hitting kids. I got up and started walking towards my daughter, saying, Mia, what is wrong? Are you okay? Oh, that's so scary. The girl who was making eye contact with me started backing up slowly with every step I took towards her.
Ooh, she's afraid of him.
Oh, no. I got close enough to notice it was not my daughter, but kept walking towards her until she was backed into the corner and simply disappeared.
Oh, my gosh. That's what you intimidate them.
Holy shit.
Oh, you're going to walk into my room?
Oh, I'm going to walk you into that corner, Missy.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, crap. They never come at me. This never happened.
Wrong room. Get out of this room.
Ooh, I have been doing this for 300 years, and they have never walked towards me.
Never walked towards me. Good for you, Nick. The next day, I asked my son to describe the girl he sees, and it was the same description.
Wow.
About a week later, my wife, daughter, and I were downstairs, and my son was upstairs getting ready to take a shower. We heard a scream from my son, the kind that makes you drop everything and bolt upstairs. It is. He was standing there shaking and crying. I asked what happened, and he said he thought Mia was in the room because he heard someone walk behind him and then grab his shoulder. But then he turned around and nobody was there. I am okay seeing things, but the fact that it could physically touch him scared me.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet. Someone suggested to me that it may just be a lost spirit looking for help. So we said a prayer asking for the little girl's guardian angels to come find her and bring her to where she is supposed to be. We haven't seen her since.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Well, I just got goosebumps.
Yeah. He said, welcome to use this story. Just don't use last names. Yep. Done and done. My sister taught me long time ago not to use last names. So there you go.
You are welcome.
And I did a good job, didn't I?
You did a great job. You didn't even try to say their last name.
Didn't even try to say that it started with a letter. I'm just kidding. Wow, Nick. I so want to say his last name right now, but I'm not going to.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. Rule breaker. That was an amazing, scary story. I think, though, the skeptic in me wants to boil it down to... and by the way, because Nick doesn't sound like a listener. Mm-hmm. He sounds just like somebody from a hustle. Please take this as I loved that story. I mean, it was a good, visual, just your description was amazing. But my skeptic side wants to say a very vivid imagination of a child coupled with a very vivid dream of your own. Probably manifested by that child's description of their own dream.
No, I mean, that is a great explanation, and I appreciate it, but you're wrong.
Okay, well, am I? Okay.
That is so scary. Oh, that's so scary. I just keep each moment of it was so scary. I can't even verbalize.
Yeah, her backing up, making eye contact with him. So I'm imagining you can tell when somebody's making eye contact with you, even if you can't really see them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can still kind of feel that they're connected to you by that contact.
Yeah, it's almost paranormal.
Or it's just human energy of being alive.
Energy. Okay.
Yeah, human energy. Okay. I've never said that doesn't exist.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So anyway, that was there. But I think it was there in dream form.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think so, but that is really scary.
Oh, I think that's super creepy.
I mean, that was clearly a very spooky ghost.
It was. I feel like that was one of our scariest stories.
I do
too.
It
was so quick. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was a good one, Nick. Thanks.
That was good. I'm going to tell you now, you're not going to debunk my next story because it's a family, but it's still a good story.
Hey, I'm all for good stories.
Okay. Hi, Megan and Aaron. Look, she started with you.
Oh,
does that make you feel good?
That does. Thank you for at least including me.
Yeah.
A lot of them just say, hey, Aaron. Whatever.
Only from the hustle.
I know. Well, none of my hustles have started with Megan
That's because you specify make it to the sisters.
I don't, but it's okay. It's fine. Go ahead. Tell me what she said again. Hi, Megan. and Aaron.
I went out with Chad and Tim over the weekend. Jealous as I am I.
Why weren't we invited?
Well, this was a while ago.
It's fine, Tim and Chad. Listen,
we've got the COVID.
We got the vid now.
We don't have it.
No, we do not.
Disgusting children have it.
They're so disgusting. They've got it, but we still love them. We try.
Anyways, Chad told me I should send you this story.
Mm-hmm.
My father died after a long and painful battle with pancreatic and multiple other cancers.
Oh, wow.
We're so sorry.
Mm.
Afterward, I desperately wanted a sign that he was still with us.
Mm.
That Christmas, my son Nicholas received a remote control truck. It was upside down on our coffee table, and I was telling Nicholas he needed to clean up his toys. Being a 10-year-old with attitude, I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Nicholas was refusing to do anything. I finally said, I don't think Grandpa Bob would be very happy with your behavior right now.
Mm.
Suddenly, the remote control truck sprang to life. Wheels whirling, one rotation, and lights flashing.
What?
I said, Daddy, is that you? And it happened again.
Oh my gosh.
My husband was in the kitchen and he looked around the refrigerator door, eyes huge.
Mm.
I said, did you see that? He said, no, but I heard it. First, he looked at the truck, which was switched to off. Then he found the remote on the dining room table. There was nobody in the dining room. I believe it was Daddy trying to get Nicholas's attention. And it worked. Those toys were all put away in the room, in his room in a heartbeat. I'd love to hear your take on this. Thanks, Julie.
Okay, here's my take, Julie. Don't question anything that will get your children to comply. You just roll with it. Listen, I'm willing to make up a ghost in my own house.
Yeah.
I used Santa Claus tonight. I never thought I'd be the mom.
Oh my gosh. That's why I do those damn elves.
I have tried for a long time to not let that be my lie. And then tonight, finally, I was like, oh, this is why Santa was ever invented.
100%.
100%.
It works from November 1st on.
Oh yeah. He had tears. Now listen, they were fake tears because he was on his way out the door to come to your house where you just now told me he was a little asshole over here. So they didn't work for long.
I mean, in his defense, Penelope was also being an asshole.
Oh, okay, good. They were both being assholes to each
other. And I was
like,
maybe just don't come back tonight because y'all will not.
They both need it. Okay, that does make me feel a little bit better.
Oh yeah, no, it's always both of them.
So I'm not saying that it's fake like Santa.
Unless you are a child listening to this, in which case you better pick up those toys.
Right, and go talk to your parents.
Yeah, don't listen.
And don't blame us. You should not be listening, students of Miss Sexton.
Oh my gosh, please stop listening.
Stop listening. If this doesn't do it, now's your time to stop listening.
If I get in trouble because you all find out about Santa,
that is not on you.
Yes, you're getting an F.
That's on their parents. Come on, parents, get with it. As my own as my own 11-year-old is listening. I know he's sneaking my episodes. I'm like, stop listening.
You're going to hear about the vibrator.
You're going to hear about that one episode that embarrasses me with my custodian who the other day was like, Miss Mattingly. I was like, oh, no. Anyway, I think, okay, you're right. I'm not going to debunk it because it's a family member and they needed that moment, but you needed some backup. And however you got that backup, good for you. I'm thinking the whole time, boy, she is such a nicer mom than I am. Telling them, you think Grandpa Bob would be happy with your behavior? I mean, I literally was like, from the depths of hell tonight, like, I will be the meanest mom.
I will take this truck and it's garbage.
I will break it. Like, they didn't even need to be scared of a ghost because I was there. I was way scarier than Grandpa Bob would be in that moment. So good for you for having patience with your 10-year-old. And you're right. I won't debunk it because what a magical moment.
And good for you for now having something that freaks your son out just enough.
Oh, hell yes.
To keep him in line.
Tamper with those toys. Keep him. I mean, who knows? Maybe Grandpa Bob did that before he died. He's like, I'm just going to figure this out.
I know she'll use me.
Yeah, she's going to need this.
Hey, believers.
And skeptics.
Well, we've got something you can both enjoy. The Speed Art Museum is having an exhibit called The Supernatural America. It examines the artwork that has shaped our collective imagination of the supernatural and paranormal and asks why America is haunted. This exhibit runs until January 2nd.
Museum hours are Friday 1 to 8 p.m., Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Masks are required to enter the museum. What a fun way for all skeptics
and believers
to get the shit scared out of them, but in a classy way. Hi there, ghost story as requested. Also, I love this person because look how big they put their
huge.
Text. It's beautiful. I'm getting so old that I appreciate big text. I'm like, ooh, you know me well.
The way you said text was kind of muted. It kind of sounded like big decks.
I do love a big old deck.
Big old deck.
And by a deck, I mean a deck. Get your minds out of the gutter. I meant a deck. I really meant a dick. I need another. I'm just picturing Paul Rudd in that mirror. Oh my gosh, that is the funniest scene from not a very funny movie. Like, I don't think the whole movie was so dumb. But Paul Rudd in that mirror, worth the whole movie.
He just got sexiest man alive.
Oh my gosh, and he deserves it.
Yeah, he's pretty hot.
He's hot and he's hilarious.
Right.
And humble. Like, you never look at. I mean,
he did write on Twitter. He was like, "I'm putting this on a business card."
Yes. Well, but that's hilarious. That's funny, you know.
Yeah.
Well, and also, I think, you know, if he weren't famous, he would be that cute guy in The Office.
Yeah.
You know, but because he's famous, you're like, oh my gosh, Paul Rudd and your big old dick. Probably not a big old dick. What do you think?
I feel like it's probably right under average.
I take it. We'll figure it out. It's fine. We won't ever really. Listen, if we ever get big enough, I'd be willing to explore. That's what she said. Stop. You're making me pee my pants. Okay. Oh my gosh. We should quarantine more often. This is why we're so funny.
No, don't you dare say that. You take that back.
No, it's because we have nothing else to live for. Like, what are we going to do tomorrow?
Teach. I still have to teach 5 classes.
I still have MTSS meetings.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Oh, okay. But listen, for real, we're not going to leave our house.
That's true.
Ugh. Okay. I just feel like we have to capitalize on tonight.
Yeah, we are.
We're going to be miserable until next Monday. We have to do this again.
No, we got movie night.
Oh,
oh my God.
That just made me. That
reaction was incredible.
We are geniuses.
Oh my gosh.
We started this because we knew a year from now we were going to be. Do you have to pee?
No, it just hurts my side so bad.
I'm not funny tonight.
Yes, okay. They hurt.
I'll take it. I love it. Okay. I have a friend who always said his house was haunted by a few different entities. He claimed that as a child, he was sick and sleeping in the spare bedroom because it was closer to his parents' room when something he couldn't see attacked him in bed until he lost consciousness.
Okay, wait a minute.
He's sick.
He is actually sick?
He claims that as a child, he was sick and sleeping in the spare bedroom because it was closer to his parents' room.
Okay.
When something he couldn't see attacked him in bed until he lost consciousness.
Oh my gosh.
He woke up the next day with 2 black eyes from being hit in the face repeatedly.
Holy crap.
Right? To me, that sounds like a sickness of some sort. Like a bad sickness. A few years after that happened, his mom died in the house.
Oh.
Other people have claimed to see or experience things at his house too. One friend said they saw a row of soldiers coming up in his backyard, then disappeared.
Oh.
One friend heard the piano play some random notes. How many friends are in this house? And what kind of party are we talking about?
Okay.
Okay.
What kind? Is there Molly happening?
Mm-hmm. Right. Or is there like, you got a spooky vibe? Are we going over there to experience some spooky things and one friend goes rogue?
Somebody's got a Megan.
Somebody's got a Megan. It's like, I'm going to fuck with them. Okay. Another friend said she saw a lady sitting in the chair in the library room. And his dog has had toys ripped from his mouth and thrown across the room. And then in parentheses, ghosts like to play. I had slept on his couch a few times and never experienced anything, but always had weird feelings there, which I just attributed to the stories I had heard. Then one day, I had my first real experience there. The rest of his family had gone to Maine, just go to Maine for the day.
They just have people at their house all the time. Who are these people?
I know, right? I want to live this life. The rest of his family had gone to Maine the day before, so him and I were completely alone in the house. Really, I want to be these teenagers.
Right.
We were watching TV in his basement when he heard a woman calling his name upstairs from the kitchen. John, almost the way a mom would call a child's name to come for dinner. So we both looked at each other and then ran up the stairs.
So she heard it too.
Okay.
The
first time I read this, I thought so.
Okay.
But now that I'm reading it, I'm like, oh, there is my debunk.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Read that line again and then debunk later.
Okay. Almost the way a mom would call a child's name to come for dinner. So we both looked at each other and ran up the stairs to check to see who was there. We searched the entire house together, but no one was there. Checked all the doors, windows, locks, made sure there was no one in the driveway or in the yard. Made sure no one left a message on the answer machine. And then in parentheses, this was the late 90s.
That's so smart.
I know. That's what I thought too. I would never think to do that. All the things you would do if you thought someone was talking to you in your house, but not a single person was there, and there was nothing else to explain the voice. We just looked at each other, shook our heads, and shrugged, and headed back down to the basement to watch TV. Not more than 1 minute after we sat back down, it happened again. Louder this time, like it was right at the top of the stairs. John. Again, we both ran up the stairs as fast as we could to catch the person. I mean, these people are brave.
Yeah, and it definitely sounds like she heard it.
Hold on.
Okay.
As fast as we could to catch the person who was calling his name in the kitchen. There was no way I was staying in the basement by myself. But once more, no one was there. My friend looked at me and said, "Looks like you finally experienced my ghost." A chill ran up my spine, and we decided to go outside instead of staying in the house. And then with a laughing emoji. That was one of the last times I ever visited his home.
They heard it.
Love the podcast. Keep doing what you do. Mallory. Thank you, Mallory. Okay. I thought so too, but listen to this line. It says right here, these are her words. We were watching TV in his basement when we heard a woman.
Oh, snap. Why? Drop that mic.
Why do I just make up words? I swear I thought, as I was just like, oh my gosh, it said when he heard a woman. Okay, scratch all that. So here's the thing, that while, yes, they ran up and they checked and they da-da-da-da, you cannot say that there's, without a doubt, not another person there saying John's name.
No.
Could it have been one of these friends who is the prankster who wouldn't play the piano? Could it have been a friend that was like, ooh, I know that they're going to be there by themselves. I'm going to go play a prank.
Then those kids are total assholes.
Well, sure.
Because his mom died in that house, and it sounds like his mom saying it.
Yeah.
Like maybe. A mom way. I don't think so. That sounds like a mom, like she specifically says, like, but a mom call.
He also didn't say, like, that's my mom's ghost. He said, you met our ghost.
Yeah, still, I don't care. They were both ready. They were both like primed to go. They're young.
Which is why. No, I mean, which is, again, like, primed and ready doesn't mean that, like, to me, that almost adds to it, because they're like, her imagination is going.
But I don't think it was the first time. The first time they heard it, they were like, oh, that's weird. What's that? And then they went and they looked for every logical reason.
Right. Except for behind the tree, where there was a standing person who knows that they're going to be there by themselves.
No, I think
it could happen.
Apparently, to be a skeptic, you have to just think less of humankind. Like, I feel like.
No, not at all. I mean, first of all, teenagers, they sound like teenagers, are all kind of assholes. Like, they're all thinking, like, what would be funny? What would be the joke? What would be the prank?
Now, in that defense, if I was like, oh, I'm going to freak out my friends, I would not go with, I'm going to sound like a mom. I would be like.
In her opinion, but in her opinion, it sounded like a mom. To the person who said it, they could just be literally saying, John, like a ghost. But to her, it's like, oh my gosh, could that be your mom's ghost? I don't know.
I don't know either. I think you're wrong.
I think that there's a possibility. Therefore, I cannot confirm it's a ghost. Imagine that.
Well, Nobody can confirm it's a ghost, you nerd. Okay. That's the whole point.
Right. That's what. Are you telling me at our year anniversary you finally see my point?
I'm saying that you can't prove it's not a ghost either. Yes.
Yes, I can.
No, you cannot. No, you cannot. You cannot prove that.
Because this does not happen.
Get me fired up. That's why I don't drink wine anymore when we do it because it makes me so mad. You cannot prove that it was not a ghost. Does it really make
you mad? It never makes me mad when I fuck.
Like as soon as we're done, I'm not mad. But like right now, I'm fired up.
Mad. Oh man, she's really mad. I'm just so sorry. I don't mean make you mad. It's just how I feel.
I'm not really mad. I'm just passionate.
You are passionate. I applaud that.
Okay.
Continue to be passionate. Do your thing. I just don't believe in the same thing. We don't have the same passions.
That's true. That's true. I'm just saying, while I can't prove it was a ghost, you cannot prove that it wasn't a ghost. And you have to leave it at that. If I'm willing to accept that, you have to meet me there.
I will meet you with, I think science proves everything.
Oh my gosh. No, it does not.
I think
there are things we don't know. There are things we don't understand.
Okay. I think that science has the potential to even prove things that we don't know yet.
You make me, that meme where they like go underneath their eyelids because they're rubbing it so hard. That's what I'm thinking.
Don't do that.
Now.
Your nails are so long. It'll start.
Anyways, I'm not going to rub my eyes that hard, but that's
okay. Don't do that.
That's the point of like, oh, come on. Anyways.
Okay.
Let's
move
on to fan favorite.
Oh my gosh. I feel like we have argued the last couple of episodes, which is really
because you're so stubborn and you won't ever admit that there's a possibility.
Erin, I have been stubborn since the day you met me.
I know.
I was 4 years old.
Yeah.
And I was still so stubborn. I hated your name.
I did too. I still do.
I fought for Emily. I thought that was the sweetest, cutest name ever.
I know. There are a lot of Emilys now.
I know. I'm so glad I lost. Like, I'm not so stubborn that, whatever.
So someday you'll admit there's a ghost?
No, just when I'm wrong.
All right. Fan favorite. Here we go.
Okay. So my fan favorite tonight is the lovely Jeanette. MJ.
Oh, MJ. Yay.
Yes, she goes by MJ on Facebook, so that might be what you know.
I was like, crap, I don't know this person. I know MJ.
No, and so Jeanette has been a friend of mine for many years. In fact, I met her through themed parties, which we were talking about earlier.
Nice.
A friend of mine, Rob, that I've known since, middle school, really. I think we met up in college again, and he started taking me to these parties. So I'm like, it's not Halloween. He said, you have to dress up. The first one I went to was a Snow White themed party. And so I kept asking him, like, but why? And he was like, I guess the host loves Snow White, so I was like, well, this is weird. But I had my apple bottom, which was perfect. One year I went as an apple bottom jean. So apple bottom jeans.
Yeah, everyone knows this song. I don't think you have to sing it.
You might have to. There might be some youngins out there that have never heard that song.
Yeah, or some even older. Can you imagine?
Or, yes. Could you imagine? Okay. So I had mom make me, and I was like 30 years old, but I had mom. Because I remember thinking it was hilarious that my mother was still making my Halloween costumes when I was like 30. But she made me a big apple bottom for my apple bottom jeans, and then my friend was boots with the fur. Hilarious. Then I kept that big old apple, and I was like, this is ridiculous. I did sleep with it on the porch one Halloween when I got locked out of my house. It's fine. But I was like, I should just throw it away. But I could not part ways with it. And then my friend Rob was like, look, we're going to my friend Jeanette's party. I'd love to take you. Do you have something you could dress up Snow White themed? And I'm like, no. And I was like, oh, I have an apple. It's a giant apple. So I went as like a big poisonous apple. He went as an apple tree. It was hilarious. And I showed up, and she was Snow White, and it was amazing. She just always has these themed parties, and they're hilarious. I'm like, and they're like in the middle of the year. So you don't need an excuse. You don't need a reason. Just make life fun. She always makes life fun. But since we've started this podcast, there's a long time that went by, a span of time where children were had and things happened, and I didn't really talk to her very much. And then this podcast came back, and she came right back in. Started supporting us. She went to our live show. She's left us a review. She's written several stories. So she's really been very supportive. So I asked her to be our fan favorite, and she said, "Yay, that is so sweet. I definitely love your podcast, and it keeps me and Emma's her daughter, entertained on our drives. I have been known to sit in our car in the driveway until they are over, LOL. Emma and I work with multiple charities, but the one we work with every weekend is Hip Hop Cares, and hip hop is one word, but both H's are capitalized. They provide food and clothes every Sunday morning to the homeless."
Oh, that's awesome.
I know, I'd never heard of that. "I would love to plug them." And then she said, "I guess I would say that anyone wanting to donate coats, hats, gloves, men's boots, or non-perishable food items individually wrapped like Pop-Tarts, fruit cups, peanut butter crackers can drop off Sunday morning from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. under the Brook Street overpass by the Walgreens at Broadway/Brook Street. Or donate cash directly to Hip Hop Cares."
That is awesome.
I know. So I thought, we could definitely go through. I mean, right now I've got so many items that I could donate. So maybe you and I this weekend can just go through. We can make a cash donation, but also I could take that down on Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, I will not have Miles with me. He'll be quarantined, but I can just shove the box out.
You are negative. I'm
fine. Negative. I'm vaccinated. It's fine. But he won't be with me. It's fine.
And you'll be masked. It'll be great.
Yes.
That's awesome. What a great cause. I love that.
I do too. I think that's amazing. And it happens every Sunday.
Yeah.
So, you start to go through items throughout the week and you're like, oh, I need to donate this to where. Just go there. Give it there.
But I've got a bunch of kids' shoes. I wonder if they need that.
She was pretty specific.
Yeah.
And so that's but I leave that part in because I think that's important because I think a lot of charities, they get a lot of stuff they don't need.
Yeah.
And then I think that slows down the process. So I would recommend whenever you hear of a charity needing an item, make sure you stick within those guidelines of those items.
Yeah, that's good.
Find a charity that does. If anybody out there knows a charity, you don't have to wait to be a fan favorite. Just, inbox us, let us know where we can donate kids' shoes, I think.
Yeah. I got a bunch.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you,
You
Jeanette.
keep giving me cleats. I don't need them all.
You once told me I want cleats. I want any size cleats you had. That's what you said. I want any size cleats.
Okay, to a certain point. Oh, how many cleats do your kids own? That's what I want to know.
I've got very sporty children.
Do you?
No,
how much money do you spend in cleats? Good Lord.
I got a sugar mama. What's her name? I got a sister wife
that's right,
who works at Nike.
I did literally think just the other day, I was like, this is why people have sister wives.
Yeah. Oh, I think it all the time. And that's why I locked that in early before she got married. I'm like, you are mine first.
I mean, you could tap somebody in and just be like, look, I'm done. I'm done for the day.
I have done that before.
But did you ever get her back? Like with a sister wife, they've got the same responsibilities. So were you ever able to go, look,
there's nothing I can do. Maybe someday. I'm
telling you owe her big.
I do. I for sure do.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I was smart and had the kids early. So now I just made babysitters for any future children they may have.
There you go. That's true. Very true.
Yeah. So anyways, that is a great cause. Hip Hop. What is it again? Hip Hop Cares?
Hip Hop Cares.
Okay. So we will put a link to that in our description and we will definitely be sending a donation as well as clearing out some of our stuff because it's time. I got a bunch of things I can get.
Definitely.
Yeah. So thank you for that, Jeanette. That's awesome. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for listening for a year. Some of you guys have been listening since the beginning, and that's amazing. That's a whole year.
I know. Why?
I just can't tell you that part.
Yeah. Yes. It's incredible. A whole year. That's kind of amazing.
It's a big accomplishment. I'm proud of both of us.
Yeah, me too. Let's cheers to that.
Okay.
Again. Oh,
it was less good, but it rang.
Hold on.
That was better.
I'm sorry.
That was better.
That was like the best cheers of any podcast that's ever been. I don't care if you're even a drinking podcast. Try to compete with that.
I'm so glad you've had so little in your glass for so long because you have been talking with your hands and I've just been watching as it goes so close to the rim and then it just ducks back in.
Aaron, I'm a pro. I'm a pro.
You are, and I've got big wine glasses.
I got it.
Okay. So thank you guys for listening. This really has been so much fun. And don't worry, we're not going anywhere, but we're just very appreciative that we get this fun escape that we get to do.
Oh my gosh.
We've met so many great friends through it. We have also gotten to do fun things like perform.
Ridiculous things that we would never, ever have ever put on a radar.
Right. We got to go on a free ghost tour. We're going to get to go to a very cool speed art museum.
Yes. Amazing.
Incredible things that just were not on our radar. Like it was not going to happen for us. And we're making it happen. And I love it. I love every minute of it.
Me too. It's been wonderful. And somebody the other day just said, like, oh, it was a review that I was like, where do they say this? That would be a really weird thing to say to my face, but no. In the review. Hold on. They said something about us having chemistry.
Yeah.
First of all, that's like the highest compliment. Because when you have two people that have chemistry, you can't help but just want to be around them. And we have always just riffed off of each other our entire lives from the time you were born.
Don't cry, right? Are you gonna cry?
I'm not gonna cry.
Oh, okay.
I'm
all
just
right.
getting sentimental because it is our year. That I never thought when we first started this, I was like, people aren't really gonna want to listen to us because we crack each other up. We never realized
but we're not actually funny.
No, we're not. Like,
I think you're hilarious.
I think you're hilarious.
But I feel like when we go out, I can't believe people think we're hilarious.
No, when we go out, listen, don't go out with us. Just we're definitely not as funny if you go out with us. But when we're like behind closed doors, we do. Like we get very comfortable. And I think that's what creates good chemistry is when you find a person that you just can relax around and have unconditional love with and just, you know, not judge. I mean, we judge the shit out of each other a lot, but
we mostly judge everybody else.
Yes, together. Exactly.
But not you.
But not to your face, just to each other. And but we also, I mean, we do that. I mean, that's just reality.
That's what sisters do.
That's what sisters do because it's your safe place.
Right.
That's your safe place that you're like, you know, I can say the worst thing ever. And in that moment, I'll say her middle name often, and she'll say my middle name often. But then
I don't ever say your middle name.
Oh, I say your middle name a lot.
You say my middle name almost every episode.
It flows so well.
You're just my elder.
I am. I'm your elder. Oh, that's a lovely thought. But I think my whole point is that I just want to say thank you. Thank you for this year because it has been an amazing year. And it's been
that's so sweet.
A horrible year.
Right.
But you made it amazing.
Oh, that's so nice.
There you go.
Well, you're so much better at words than I am. That's so nice.
I don't mean to be.
Thank you.
I didn't like just do that to make you feel bad.
No, I just don't know how to top that. Thank you for everything. This has been amazing. I love it.
Yes, it's been great.
You're making my worst nightmare come true of becoming famous.
We have a long way to go.
I know. Thank goodness.
Don't worry.
Thank goodness. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for keep listening. We are so appreciative. If you want to follow us on Patreon, go to www.patreon.com. Just search My Skeptical Sister. You can go to our website at www.myskepticalsister.com. You can write your messages and your stories in at myskepticalsister@gmail.com.
There you go. Maybe.
You can rate, review, subscribe on Apple and listen wherever you get your podcasts. And you can tell your friends or family. And we appreciate it. And we love you all.
Yeah. And listen, all my sentimental talk, don't get too worried about it because I'm pretty sure I peed a lot in your chair.
Ew.
Not too much. Just laugh.
We're not even outside. Okay.
I mean, it was just a little, but it was still maybe a lot. So I'll clean it before I go.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much.
Layla Tav.
La 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 la.
I definitely said, listen, here, Santa is happening. I was standing there shaking. No, that makes more sense. He was standing there. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm like laughing at the visual of like hearing him scream. All of a sudden the dad's like standing there shaking and crying. Like, well, that's a bit of an overreaction. Go find out what's wrong with your kid first.
Oh my gosh.
It's amazing what my brain can come up with in like 3 seconds. And his dog had I'm sorry.
Large. You just made that word up.
Totally made the word large up.
Oh.
And his dog has had toys ripped from his mouth. Why do I want to put the word large in there? So bad. And then in parentheses. Sorry. Your face got me off guard.
Oh, thank you.
You're very expressive. What? What? What do you say?
Shut up.
Okay, I'm sorry. Why am I this drunk? I've had 1.5 glasses of wine.
Yeah.
I had a glass of wine and then half a glass.
Have you eaten today?
I did. I ate a bunch today. Wait, didn't
A bunch. I had a bunch today.
Oh wait, I just read that one. No, you just swear that was weird. I feel like maybe I talked so much that I felt like I read it. Okay.
I definitely make sure I edit that part out.
Oh, please do.
That'd be so rude.
So rude. Is this the new box you bought us?
Mm-mm.
I was say you had more than 2 glasses.
No. I hadn't even. I almost said popped its cherry. I was gonna say pop the
Why
cork.
would you go that dirty? I almost popped that wine bottle's cherry.
It's so gross. Ugh. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You should be.
I don't know what's wrong with this
Okay.
wine. Okay.
Whew.